Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Wow, it's day 23 now of the government shutdown. Just keeps going on. This is the shutdown that just keeps on ticking. Democrat Representative Katherine Clark explained why the government shutdown is dragging on.
Audio?
Terrible. And of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer. We take that responsibility very seriously. But it is one of the few leveraged times we have.
Holy crap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the only way we can hold the rest of the country and the government at hostage. That's it. It's the only way.
That's the leverage they have against Trump is your family's paycheck.
Yeah.
So we got to keep doing it.
We got to keep doing it. Sorry.
That's a pretty amazing admission.
Yeah. They said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
It's been, 534 hours according to our on-screen ticker, and they don't care. They don't care about you. About you.
Right. No, they don't. Wow.
And there's the proof.
Right, exactly.
Look, I know you're suffering, but we have to have a thing against Trump, and that's
tough.
That's your family's well-being.
Is that a sub paragraph of the Tough Act?
Yeah. It's part of the Tough Act of 2025. We know you're suffering, but tough. That happens. You know what? We're trying to We're trying to gain power.
This is all we have. That's all we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all we have left.
That's all we have. So what do you want us to do? Wow. Democrat Representative Robert Garcia talked about the Congressional Democrats' plan to track ICE movements.
This is bad, y'all.
I shared this with the mayor. Over the course of the next couple of weeks, the Oversight Committee will be launching on their website a master ICE tracker.
Oh.
Where we can,
Wait,
we're going to be essentially tracking every single instance
How's that legal?
we can verify that the community will be able to send us information on.
Okay.
How is that
So they're
legal?
just gathering information from the community. That's nice. I thought we took that down. All right, we
That
took
was
that.
the private apps. This guy's talking about
Government.
Yeah, this is
Can you imagine if they were doing that to police officers?
terrible.
I mean, they were pissed at the private apps.
So they don't care that the government shut down and people aren't getting their paychecks. They don't care about the danger that they're posing to ICE through this tracking situation.
My gosh, no, they don't care about that.
They don't care about anything.
Look, I don't know if they're just going off of reports after the fact, but I think you need to just say, man, that ICE is all over, and just give the address of the congressman's office there. Maybe send them right there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just kind of flood the...
Flood the community notes with it, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just keep seeing him around this address in his home office. I don't know. That's
He
bad.
wouldn't like it, I'll tell you that.
That's bad, dude.
That's really bad. You're putting their lives in danger.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't care. Again, they don't care.
They don't.
You're
So-
a Democrat Party.
Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons spoke about upcoming ICE arrests in New York City.
Well, I think for the people in New York, they're going to see ICE and our other federal partners do the law enforcement mission, right? This wasn't something just organically happened overnight. We decided to go hit Canal Street. With any criminal investigation, you have to build up intelligence. You have to work with sources. You have to go ahead and have the right evidence and work with the U.S. Attorney's Office. But you will see an increase in ICE arrests because there are so many criminally illegal aliens that have been released in New York specifically, and especially that are being harbored in New York from the lack of cooperation there in New York City. So you will see us making those criminal arrests to make New York safe again. But I will tell you that it's definitely intelligence driven. It's not random. We're just not pulling people off the street. There was a specific reason based on criminal intelligence and criminal activity that we showed up on Canal Street.
Wow. So you're not just kidnapping people off the street? Just randomly grabbing Americans and throwing them in a van? Huh. That's weird. Because that's what I hear you're doing.
Yeah.
I keep hearing that a lot. I wonder if that was discussed at the mayoral race debate last night.
It may have been.
Yesterday, New York City mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa got a little bit pissed off.
Yeah.
Had a heated interview on WABC, his where he does his radio program.
Right.
He was on with host Sid Rosenberg, and it ended with Sliwa quitting his job on air.
Oh, wow.
And he said he was not going to drop out of the race, and he was never coming back to WABC radio.
Selfish? Are you out of your mind?
Well, that's not me. I haven't said that.
Well, Sid, you're part of, quote, the family there, correct?
Is that
correct?
Am I part of that? I'm just asking you.
No,
yeah.
You individually know. But that's why you will never see me ever in the studios of WABC again. Never. No matter how this election turns out.
There's 14 days left in this campaign. And I'm running a 20-hour campaign out of a 24-hour day. Everybody has acknowledged that. So let's be very clear. I am not dropping out under no circumstance. I've already been offered money to drop out. I said no.
All right, I don't know. You kill it here.
Wow. So, I mean, the guy is fighting hard.
He is.
And always has
He is.
fought hard for New York City.
And getting pushback from his own station, his
Yeah.
employer. I mean, the management
That has to
want him
hurt.
out.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that interview, it was on much longer before he, quit there. But he was saying how, you're not talking about Mamdani. You're obsessed with Cuomo. And it was just just contentious and very uncomfortable. And I feel bad for the guy because he's absolutely the best option for that city, but they're too dumb to see it.
And him trying to be nice to the host, too. I'm not part of that family, am I? Yeah, you're there. You're on the air. Of course you are.
And he's pushing that theory, too.
Yeah.
And you can understand it from both sides.
I know.
I certainly can. I can understand why they want him out of the race because you don't want Mamdani to win this thing. But it's not his responsibility to make Andrew Cuomo a better candidate.
And you have to believe, which I don't, that all of his crowd would
they're
vote
not
for
going
Cuomo.
to. They're not going to.
That's the thing. They'll just
he
stay
already
home.
lost a two-way race to the guy.
Right.
And he lost badly
and don't
in
forget
the primary.
The great point that Sliwa made, if you can't expect, like you said, Jeffy, Sliwa's crew to go and vote for Cuomo.
No,
it's more likely they will stay home, and then that will depress the vote for all the other Republicans on the ticket. So Sliwa owes it to them.
Yeah.
Which is what Sliwa said the other day.
Yes.
And it's a pretty good point.
It is.
So, it's really tough in New York City for a Republican to win anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's 70-30, Democrats to Republicans. And you don't stand much of a chance to begin with.
Right. And it's not surprising that the news came out yesterday that, surprise, TikTok, China was running the show there, and they skewed their algorithm to make Mamdani look great and promote his videos where he's, doing his little, here's the government-run grocery store idea, all that stuff.
Oh, I thought we had a deal.
Yeah, I thought we had a deal.
Oh, yeah. I guess we don't, do we? I guess I was right there,
It was
too.
shocking. They manipulated the algorithm for a socialist.
No. What?
Oh, what? Oh, are you part of the family now, Pat?
Yeah.
Is that the deal? Okay.
So, Sliwa's opening remarks at last night's debate were these. Here's what he had to say.
Audio?
Versus them. It's us versus the insiders and the billionaires. It's us versus Cuomo. It's us versus Zohran. This is a campaign not about power. This is a campaign about you, the people. And I know many of you hardworking New Yorkers, you tell me you've been pushed aside, you've been silenced. These are the people that have all the money, all the connections. They've made their backroom deals, but we have something more important. We have you, the people. And we're not going to be silenced anymore. We're going to fight. Tonight, I want you to look at the content of my policies, to know that I've served this city for more than 50 years, the city that I love. And I'm going to share with you my vision to make New York City safer again, to make New York City more affordable again, and where everybody once again can live the American dream.
I mean,
they've done a nice job on the crease in his forehead.
Yes, they have. You can still see the line, though. It's still there. You're not going to make that disappear. That's why it should be. That's why he should have it hanging on the podium.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his signature.
beret.
Yeah, that's his signature.
It is. Yeah. But But
don't be ashamed of it.
He's right about that. And
yes, he is.
We've talked about the fact that he has served New York City for 50
That's all he cares
years.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, it's a completely different city than the one that he helped clean up 40, 50 years ago.
It's for sure. Yeah.
And you make the case that, since he has been there that entire time, and it is a different city than it was when he first started help cleaning it up.
Don't say it. Uh-oh. Go ahead.
It's kind of on him.
I knew it.
Kind of on him.
But he wasn't in office.
Amen, bro.
He was just on the streets.
Okay.
I had the same thought, actually. That's why I knew you were going to say that.
The Guardian Angels, which he started, did have an impact on crime.
Yes, they did.
In New York City.
Yes, they absolutely
helped.
did.
They and Rudy Giuliani were mostly responsible for cleaning up that city and making it a much better place to live.
Yeah.
A much safer city. It was a hellhole before that.
Absolutely.
So at the debate, Mamdani got pushed. Man, they were both on him, and he had some tough moments, but he shared some thoughts on ICE operations in New York City.
ICE is a reckless entity that cares little for the law and even less for the people that they're supposed to serve. What we need to be doing here in our city is to end the chapter of collaboration between City Hall and the federal government, which we've seen under Mayor Adams. What we need to do is actually pass the street vending reform bills that have been in the city council, some of which that this mayor has actually overridden. That's an example of how we can both protect street vendors, ensure quality of life, and leave no stone unturned in delivering for the people of this city, as opposed to working with a president who is looking to declare war on those same people.
Okay.
He is literally fighting against the government of the United States.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
And what happens ultimately, and we'll play the video later of the dash cam video, where he just said, we shouldn't be collaborating with the federal government. Well, San Bernardino County, that's what we got with the Biden administration when they let that illegal alien truck driver go. That was the guy who looked, you remember that, where he's standing there and he looks evil. Turns out he was very inebriated. We'll play that later. It just killed 3 people. That's what you get when we don't have the collaboration in trying to secure America.
And how many times does that have to happen with these illegal alien drivers before we finally do something about it, before Democrats take this thing seriously? Well, Zohran had a really difficult time giving straight answers last night. He was pushed a little bit, and he didn't have an answer to really anything.
I know Mr. Cuomo is on the record as saying he favors them. We just heard Mr. Sliwa say that he's against them. Where do you stand on those?
I'm appreciative that those measures will be on the ballot and that New Yorkers will be able to cast their votes for them. I know that we desperately need to build more housing in this city, and I also know that the jobs we create in the building of that housing should be good jobs as well.
What a political answer. What is your opinion, Zohran?
Yes or no?
Come on.
Right. Yes or no?
What is your opinion? Yes or no, Zohran? Don't be a politician here.
I got it. They're pointing out what I was about to, which is that you answer the question.
No, I think on the stage you can see 2 people appealing for the Republican Party's votes.
Answer the question. Answer the question for once.
My question to you was, do you support the 3 ballot amendment questions?
I have not yet taken a position on those ballot amendment questions.
Oh, what a shocker. What a shocker.
We're gonna move
Don't worry,
on.
once he takes it, he'll change it anyway.
We're going to move it on. We're going to move on.
How do you vote for that guy? You haven't taken a position?
We haven't taken a position.
That's amazing. That's amazing. What is the matter with you in New York if you're going to vote for Zohran Mamdani? That's a real problem. Wow. And he continued to push for mental health professionals instead of police responding to certain crimes.
Because that'll be great.
Yeah, that'll help.
I am confident that under a Mamdani administration, we will continue to deliver on that same mission and do so while creating the Department of Community Safety to ensure that mental health experts were the ones responding to the mental health crisis. Because safety and justice is at the cornerstone of our pursuit of public safety. And in doing so, we will also be able to deliver our agenda for affordability.
I will say this, he does look nervous there. I've never seen him look that nervous.
Yeah, he was sweating like a pig last night.
I was reading some articles this morning that all of them pointed out that same thing. And
I've never seen
one of
him.
them talked about how profusely he was sweating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've never seen him like that before. Because the one article I read, he did have a good line, and I don't know where it was in the debate, but he was he and Cuomo were going back and forth, and his line to Cuomo was, "We've all experienced your experience." I thought that's a good line for him because I mean you were in office as a nightmare. You left shamed as a governor. Yeah. All of that. It was a good line from him. Now that's what's so bad is that Cuomo's so terrible. Mm-hmm. Cuomo's so terrible, and I don't.
I know, man.
They're not gonna. I don't know why they don't. Sliwa isn't polling better, but he's just Curtis Sliwa.
Because he's a Republican. Why. That's why.
Yeah.
And you probably can't win as a Republican in New York City anymore. Mm-hmm. It's just too partisan. Well, Cuomo went after Mamdani during the debate.
I understand my friend doesn't really understand government. The governor doesn't build housing in New York City.
Not if it's you.
No, legally, there are jurisdictions. The governor doesn't pick up trash. He doesn't run the fire department. That's what the mayor does. The mayor builds housing. The state allocates funding for localities. And I allocated more funding for housing than any governor in the history of the state of New York. All right? I did things. You have never had a job. You've never accomplished anything. There's no reason to believe you have any merit or qualification for 8.5 million lives. You don't know how to run a government. You don't know how to handle an emergency. And you've literally never proposed a bill on anything that you're now talking about in your campaign. You had the worst attendance record in the assembly. And you gave yourselves the highest raise in the United States of America. You went from $110,000 to $140,000, and then you never showed up for work, and you missed 80% of the votes. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Wow. Is all of that true?
I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I really didn't know much about his assemblyman record.
It's 100% true. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's just New York City. When Andrew Cuomo lays it out like that, and 8.5 million people. That's the thing. Like an Ilhan Omar can hide. And she's very annoying, but she's one vote out of 435.
Yeah,
this guy is going to be in control of America's largest city, our financial hub. I mean. Good Lord, New York City. Could you please?
That's the deal. As we've said many times, it affects all of us. This mayoral race is important to America. It's our financial hub. So it'll hurt if a communist is in charge of it.
Absolutely. And all of that, having been said, is great against Zohran, if true, obviously. But it's coming from Cuomo.
Yeah,
that's what sucks.
Yeah. I know.
Is that your better option, not your best option, but your better option is Andrew Cuomo? That tells you everything you need to know about the state of New York City.
He's the guy talking about taking people's lives in your hands. Okay.
Well, yeah. How many lives are you responsible for ending during COVID?
Thank you.
And people haven't forgotten that. So
yeah, you got to see these poll numbers. This is how we got here. This is how we got here as far as the electorate there.
So, among American-born New Yorkers, Cuomo's got 40% support, Mamdani 31%, and Sliwa 25%.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. Among foreign-born New Yorkers, it's Mamdani 62%, Cuomo 24%. That's almost a 40-point spread. That's 38 points. And Sliwa 12%. So
60% of foreign-born New Yorkers are voting for Mamdani. Or 62%.
Okay.
Excuse me.
All right. And that's an amazing stat right there.
That is.
That tells you everything.
Yeah, it does. Wow. So I guess they want New York City to be a lot like where they fled from.
Right.
Right? Again, it doesn't make any sense, but that's what people do. It's what they do every time. Let me tell you about the Jace case. I love this thing because it helps me be prepared for whatever eventuality. certainly helped Chris in, where was it? Peru, Argentina, I don't know, Venezuela,
Ecuador, Brazil,
some place where the water,
that's where it was.
Whatever it was.
The water's not.
So he had some antibiotics that were in the Jace case with him, and man, did they come in handy for him when he was out of the country. It's just a great way to be prepared. And if you're not near your pharmacy or your doctor, you've got this on hand if you need it. What you may not know is even if you have a Jace case, Jace is working to expand their lineup with total preparedness solutions tailored for you and your family. And I know you want to do your own research, so go ahead and check them out. See which antibiotic, first aid, or other preparedness kits are the right ones for you to provide for and protect your family. The doctors at Jace are always coming up with new ideas to make your emergency readiness even stronger, so you'll want to keep your eyes on it. Go to jace.com, enter the promo code PAT at checkout, and get a discount on your order. That's promo code PAT at JASE, jace.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed now continues.
Just to bring up something we mentioned a couple of days ago on the BYU-Utah game, where the fans rushed the field, so the Big 12 was going to fine them $50,000. They wound up not doing that. They did not fine them $50,000.
What?
So that turned out well. Yeah. They decided not to because they took necessary precautions to keep people safe as they rushed the field, I guess. I don't know. But they didn't.
Oh.
Maybe it's just the feedback they were getting from everybody. Why are you doing this? What do you just keep your grubby hands off their stash of cash?
The other universities are going to have something to say about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
I want the BYU treatment.
Yeah, you aren't lying. We took every precaution too.
Somebody
you
else,
heard the PA announcer.
Somebody else rushed the field, and they didn't find them either last year. I forget who it was, but they said, well, because of the safety precautions in that case, they didn't find them either. But the CEO of Crumble still did the $50,000 donation. Instead of it going to the Big 12, though, it's going to go to the NIL money, which is very cool. Very cool for him. Yeah.
Again, I thought for sure I read that wrong when I first saw the story. I thought it was going to be Kexy.
Yeah, me too. I thought so too, but for some reason they didn't do that. I don't know what the deal is. I wonder if it's because one of them has about 1,500 locations.
Okay.
And the other has one convenient location.
Possible.
I wonder if that's what it is.
It's possible that has
it
something
is
to do
possible,
with it.
right?
Yeah.
But not only did he do the $50,000 donation, he also paid off the lunch debt for all schools in Provo and Salt Lake City.
Wow.
I mean, now you're
debt?
Just showing off.
What's the lunch debt?
At school. If kids have rung up a debt in lunches that they haven't paid for.
At the cafeterias?
Yeah.
Wait.
He wiped out all that debt.
I didn't know that you could borrow money from the cafeteria. I was told I didn't have money, I wasn't going to eat that day.
Right.
What the hell is a
I don't think it's that way anymore.
No,
that's good.
Not.
That's good.
Yeah.
Let's teach kids to run up credit.
Well,
early
absolutely, that's what we're doing. Yeah, or that you don't ever have to pay for it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Just ring up your debt and then don't pay later.
Somebody will pay it.
And honestly, as much as we pay in property taxes, the food should just be free to begin with.
No kidding.
Stop it.
Oh man,
I'm actually okay with that, to be honest.
Free food?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you're in favor of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, I think that's going to shock a lot of people to the core.
But then you don't get your Palace Stadium, though. I'm sorry. You just get some bleachers and a field with rocks on it.
Yeah, look, we got an $80 million football stadium to pay for at all of these schools. So yeah, they're going to need
bring
your lunch
own
money.
food.
Yeah.
What a mess.
The good thing though is when you spend $80 million like they did in Allen, Texas, it's rock solid, and you won't have to rebuild that stadium you just built for another year.
For a whole year.
It's good for the next year. Oh, sure. They're going to have to redo the $80 million stadium they built a year ago, but that's 365 days later. Who cares?
Oh, yeah. And by the way,
don't worry about it now.
We have another bond here for the children. Don't forget to vote yes.
And they're doing it.
I know.
The school district you're talking about right now.
I know, brother.
Just passed a $2 billion bond I think, a year and a half to 2 years ago. And now they're coming back for more. I don't know how much this one is. Do you?
I quickly hit no and went to the next screen.
Jeez.
I don't even care. It's just like, get out of my face.
It's
But it'll pass. They all pass. They always pass. And the
Yes.
victory is if you somehow convince less than 60% of the people to vote yes. Because normally it's, oh, yeah, sure, whatever the hell. 65,
it's a moral
75,
victory.
whatever.
You still lose,
exactly.
but it's a moral victory.
And that one you're talking about, I think that was at like 54, 55%. So I don't know if we're ever going to get to that critical point, but it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out in a couple of weeks.
But you know why everybody votes for it? It's because it's for the children.
For the children.
It's
for the kids.
That's
for
right.
the children.
For the kids.
Now.
Let the children. Don't you love the children, Keith?
I do not love the children.
Horrifying.
Nope.
Who doesn't love
F
the
them kids.
children?
Let me tell you, though, Florida might get rid of their property tax. It
he's
sounds like
talking
it's
about
going to
it.
be on the ballot in November next year in Florida. You can get rid of your property tax.
This has got to spread
This has
nationwide.
got to spread. Yes. Yes. Just like... I'm about to hit another sore subject here for you, Pat. Just like Arizona, what they did out there under the previous governor, Ducey, where homeschool families were given money to use on materials to teach their kids or to spend at a private school.
Or spend any way they wanted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that spread to other states, finally got to Texas. And as I pointed on my live stream yesterday, I said it starts right the first semester after all of my kids are no longer of school age. That's when Texas is going to start reimbursing us. You, of course, missed out on it as well with 6 kids. Jeffy missed out as well. But at least they got there, right?
Yeah.
So what seemed like mission impossible for homeschool families just a few years ago now is in many, many states. So here's hoping there is success in Florida, and that spreads too.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Because as we've discussed, property tax is immoral.
Oh.
It means you never own your home outright. You're always renting your home from the government.
And we heard DeSantis saying just that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's all for it.
Yeah,
It's great.
He's
really great.
He's how it's happening in Florida
Yeah.
right now. Yeah, you're right. I mean, we're serfs, man. We're serfs living, in the feudal England here, paying our property taxes so that the king lets us stay there. Screw that.
Think about that. I mean,
That's exactly what it is.
That's what it is.
You pay on your home for 30 years in most cases.
No.
And then even after you get rid of that debt, finally, then you've got more debt from the government. Why? Why did they deserve a rent payment from you every stinking year? Why? Well, they don't. They don't deserve it, and it shouldn't be happening, but...
Yeah, you don't really pay off your home.
No.
Yeah, right.
No.
I swear.
It's crazy.
Nightmare.
It's just crazy. So Vice President JD Vance is in Israel trying to help keep peace between Israel and Hamas. Do we have time for the comments that he made?
We got one of them, yeah.
Okay. Here's some of what he had to say on his meetings in Israel.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, and thanks to your entire team for your hospitality and for having us. As the Prime Minister said, these are days of destiny, and we're very excited to sit down and work together on the Gaza peace plan. We have a very, very tough task ahead of us, which is to disarm Hamas, but rebuild Gaza to make life better for the people in Gaza, but also to ensure that Hamas is no longer a threat to our friends in Israel. That's not easy. I think the Prime Minister knows that as well as anybody, but it's something that we're committed to in the Trump administration. And I think that we've, even in the past 24 hours, had a lot of good conversations with our friends in the Israeli government, but also, frankly, with our friends in the Arab world who are stepping up and volunteering to play a very positive role in this. So we're going to keep working at it. I didn't know what to expect, honestly. I know the president was here a week ago to welcome the hostages home and actually sign the deal. A week into it, there's a lot of work to do, but I feel very optimistic about where we are. So thank you for the partnership. Thanks for your willingness to continue to work on this. And I think we're going to do great things here. It's not going to be easy. I know that there are some folks in the media who I think are rooting against this proposal. But I think that we have an opportunity to do something really historic. So we're going to keep working at it with all of our friends in the Israeli government. So thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Ah, that was beautiful.
That was
beautiful.
That was nice.
Good. I hope it holds.
Me too.
I really do. Want it to. Also be nice if we could get the situation in Ukraine under control. That would be something amazing. And if there's anybody that can do it, it's this administration. So we'll see. 888-933-93. More coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, Jeffy is here to bring us the Fat Five.
All right, awesome. Let's knock it out. September was the biggest month for Bible sales so far this year. Sales of Bibles have soared in the weeks after the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk. There were 2.4 million Bibles sold in the U.S. in September, a 36% jump. As you see, there should be a chart. No chart. Oh, don't worry about the chart. But you can see it as it grows. I know the world loves charts, but that's fine. You don't need them. But they sold more Bibles than ever this year.
This
September.
Year.
So
I wonder,
congratulations.
you know what, though, and I hate to put you on the spot here, but I'm going to. I wonder if there's data that would show this, like after 9/11 or after major tragedies like that. You know? Like,
oh yeah. Well, I'm not really sure. We can go back and probably ask. The book tracker, Circana Book Scan.
Okay, I'm going to do
that.
that.
They're the ones who have that data.
Okay.
All right. So,
I'll get back to you.
Because they have this chart that they've given.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shows September.
Oh, well, there's a chart.
There's a chart right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Good job.
You're welcome.
Quite a little spike there.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah,
big time.
Wow.
That's good. All right, so it's been almost 4 full days since the robbery at the Louvre Museum in Paris, France.
They're never going to find those jewels again.
4 masked thieves stole 8 pieces of jewelry from the museum, valued at $102 million, more or less. The heist took 7 minutes, leaving investigators searching for answers on how one of the world's most secure museums was robbed in such a brief window of time. It sparked all kinds of outcry, from national outcry to international outcry, and aside from national manhunt in France, international manhunt looking for these people.
Turned out way easier than you would ever imagine that to be.
Well, they were in the middle of this remodel and this.
I know, but still, come on. It's like a movie where
it is.
They find, there's just this once in a lifetime opening where we can go in and do this easier than it normally would be. And it actually happened that way.
They disguised as construction workers. The trio reportedly used a basket lift. Not reportedly, they did. Used a basket lift to get up to a second floor window. Used mini gas-powered chainsaws to break in. They threatened a security guard in the process. So it's reported that footage. Now, they say there's footage from inside the Louvre that shows one of the criminals in a green reflective vest calmly cutting through the glass case. But 2 of the robbers were seen nonchalantly smashing display cases containing the crown jewels. But it's also reported that one in the 3 rooms of the area did not have CCTV. And they said that there was very limited CCTV coverage on the outside that was being worked on. Oh,
how is that possible?
Okay,
that's incredible.
So, and I know you're asking, where did the lift come from? Well, they pretended they were hiring the freight lift for a move, and when the equipment owner or representative arrived to verify the job, the suspects threatened that person, forcing them to hand it over and leave the scene. And that's what they say. Okay. The timeline is amazing, though. No messing around. And it is, like you said, made for TV. Made for TV. So at 9 a.m., the Louvre opens to visitors. 9:30, thieves dressed like the renovation workers park the truck equipped with the freight lift, which they see all over Paris, just on the sidewalk outside of the Louvre.
Didn't alarm anybody.
Nope. They just pulled up next to the Louvre.
Yeah.
9:34. 2 thieves enter the south end of the Apollo Gallery. An alarm is triggered at the security control room. A staff member in the room makes a radio call to the command center members to alert them to the intruders. 1 minute later, at 9:35 a.m., robbers used disc cutters to cut the glass of 2 display cases and take the jewels. And you heard that they were smashing a couple too. Security officers make visitors evacuate in line with requirements that focus on crowd safety. The museum manager calls the nearby police station to report a theft in progress and ask for immediate help. Now, they have asked in the past and are asking again to have a police station actually in the Louvre. as part of it, which that has not happened yet. I'm sure it probably will now. So at 9:37, a message is sent. 1 minute after that, 9:37, a message is sent to a staff to request that all the museum's doors be closed, which doesn't matter because they're going out the window and no. 9:38 a.m., the thieves leave via the same window, and flee east with 2 others waiting for them on 2 scooters. They leave behind a yellow jacket, similar to those worn by the construction workers, and other equipment, including a disc cutter. So the culture minister, Rashida Dati, said that security officers on site prevented one thief from setting the truck with the freight lift on fire as they were trying to leave, but he wasn't able to stop them. So then she announced at 10:34 a.m. There was a robbery that took place this morning. That's where we found out that there was a robbery at the Louvre Museum. Later that day, the emerald set imperial crown of Napoleon III's wife, Empress Eugenie, containing more than 1,300 diamonds, was found outside the museum, but they claim it was damaged. They dropped it when they were escaping, and it was damaged. They also found 2 angle grinders, blowtorch, gasoline gloves, walkie-talkie. Police said they found a yellow vest. They also then the thieves left with 8 other objects of course, invaluable historic. They say $102 million, but it's priceless, and they keep saying that. Well, if they break them up, if they break it up, it'll be 90% loss. Well, okay, so that's what, $100 million? 10 million? Okay. Boy, what a shame.
Yeah.
I did 8 minutes of work for 10 million.
Right. And that's what they always do, because you can't just pawn these artifacts.
Unless it was a job specifically for someone who wants them.
I suppose, but what does that person do with it? He's never going to have any ability to show it.
No, they become the Queen of France.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a crown.
Right, they put it on right there.
So what they do is they cut them up, or they melt them down, and they sell it in pieces. And so you're never going to see these again.
Correct.
Never going to see it.
And
They're just lost.
They claim that there's a way that they can tell, because they've obviously been documented for all these years, and they would be able to tell, even cut up, that they are from the particular sapphire or diamond or pearl. Yeah. But and there's ways to take the top layer off of the pearls. I was reading about how they take the layers off the pearl, but then it affects the coloring. So you got to do it just right. It's amazing that
they a pawn shop is easier.
Right.
What do you give me for this?
$50.
If we see them on Pawn Stars pretty soon, somebody's in there, hey, I've got a Louis XIV 400-year-old brooch that I like to sell. It's just been in my family for generations.
Uncle Louis.
I'm going to have to call somebody to verify it. Just a second. I have to get a friend of mine in here.
I got a buddy. Let me call him. Have him come down here.
See if it is what you say it is. Now, the director of the Louvre Museum said it was a terrible failure. No kidding. No. And Dottie was saying that the security worked. Their system worked. The way it was supposed to. She was, and they were like,
it's
you're
supposed
out of your
to
mind.
Work as in failing.
But their system, right. The system worked. It's just that they, the thieves were.
They have a system where they get away with the jewels? Is that their system? And then it worked.
That's their system. It worked perfectly.
What a bizarre statement.
Yeah.
There are some incompetent people.
I know, kidding.
All levels.
Now, the head of the museum did say, I offered my resignation, and they said no. So,
he's too valuable. Look at the job he did.
Yeah,
it worked.
Stick around. We're
worked.
We're going to make you the fall guy for a lot of stuff around here. Just sit tight.
Here's the thing.
That's for sure.
If we got somebody else to come in and steal the rest of this crap, we won't have to maintain it anymore.
Right. Well, that's the thing. And that's the whole thing. Right. We had they were supposed to they had the strike from all the workers because it's the busiest museum on the planet.
Yeah.
And they got there were very few workers, but they said they were upping their security. Now up yours is really what they were saying.
Yeah.
And so this was the perfect time to do what was done. It's really fascinating how that worked out.
And apparently the Louvre is surprisingly a dump.
Yeah.
It's not been well
It's been-
maintained
yeah, right.
over the years.
Right, which
it's got all kinds of problems, and that's part
which
of
they were
why
working correct.
this is going on.
That's correct.
Because they're trying to fix some of
Yes.
the problems. But, I mean, it's been years
You would
of
think
neglect.
that the first thing, and again, I'm not a museum director, so you know,
But nobody supports museums.
oh my gosh, more than myself for chewing the fat. Hello, that's absolutely a fact. You'd think that the first thing you'd do is if you were upgrading security, you would put cameras everywhere first.
Yes.
So before you do anything else, just put cameras up.
You would
just
think
put the
that.
cameras up.
Especially in this day and age.
100%. Yeah, just put cameras up around everything, around the entire property and the entrances, so that if something were to happen, no matter anything, someone get hurt, any of it, you have documentation.
And they'd be high-quality cameras. Did you see the image of the guy they say is an image of one of the people who did this? It looks like it was taken in 1948.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that some of that footage,
unbelievable.
Some of that footage comes from, like cameras outside the building where they take it, and it's really. You're right. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's blurry. You can't tell anything. So you can barely notice that he's got a construction vest on. It's terrible. It's amazing.
I mean, we have content providers making videos every day that look like films.
You're right. Yeah.
And we can't do
That's
that
right.
at the
And
Louvre
we
Museum.
can't. Right. With billions of dollars worth of valuables
Stop
in there.
it.
Incredible.
So you're telling me that the Louvre has the same technology as the Bigfoot trackers?
Yes.
Okay.
And the UFO people.
trackers?
Yes.
Same.
Well, so
Same tech.
Top of the line technology, there,
Yeah,
boys.
that's right.
Top of
That's
the
right.
line technology in
You know,
1910.
Supposedly, we've got satellites that can read your license
Right.
from
Thank you.
5,000 miles above the earth.
Thank you.
Well, technology trying to grab Bigfoot and
The state
and
comes and arrests
UFOs.
me when I go through a toll and I haven't paid.
Oh, that is
But we
true.
can't find the guy that robbed the Louvre? Okay.
No, we
Incredible.
can't.
It's incredible.
All right. Hey, so if you're not a subscriber to Blaze TV, now's a good time to become one. Go to blazetv.com/Pat. Save $20 off an annual subscription. Subscribe today, blazetv.com/Pat.
Meanwhile, let me tell you about Natalia. This is a woman who had a pregnancy that was unexpected. And her first reaction to that pregnancy was to get an abortion, because that's the big lie that she was told. But once she heard the heartbeat of her child, she knew that God wanted her to have that baby and that all things would be possible through him. Now, that's where the preborn clinics make such a difference in people's lives. Natalia chose life and was provided with the love, the support, and the resources she needed to get through this event. At Preborn Network Clinics, this happens on average 200 times a day because of the support from people like you. Moms who are overwhelmed, who are pressured, suddenly see their child, hear the truth, and realize they're not alone. At that moment of truth, it's just $28 to sponsor that moment of truth with an ultrasound. An ultrasound doubles the baby's chance at life. So this is not a time for silence. It's a time for courage, a time for truth, and a time for life. Give now by dialing pound 250. Just say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby. Or you can visit securely at preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
That it is. This is the Chewing the Fat Five on Pat Gray Unleashed. One more French story, the Frenchy Frenches. Nicolas Sarkozy became the first former French president in living memory to be imprisoned. He began his 5-year sentence yesterday. He was convicted of criminal conspiracy in a scheme to finance his 2007 election campaign with funds from Libya. Sarkozy still maintains his innocence, but he's maintaining it in prison. So have fun. Good luck. God bless. OpenAI, you know him, you love him, paused the Sora 2's ability to generate MLK Jr. videos after people created what users described as disrespectful and vulgar clips of the civil rights leader. The move came at the King's estate request, which I'm sure they did very fast. OpenAI saying that it will strengthen guardrails for historical figures and let estates opt out of having their likeness used.
Yeah, they
why don't we have them opt in? Not just opt out, but that's just me. They also said they're going to be working with the SAG-AFTRA to protect against deep fakes on its Sora. Okay, so and we got news today that our own Glenn Beck, along with Steve Bannon and Prince Harry and wife Meghan, of course, can't have Harry without Meghan. And other leaders sent a letter to Soros. They call for a ban on AI superintelligence. They say it could threaten humanity. And they sent a letter saying that it's a 30-word statement. We call for the prohibition on the development of superintelligence not lifted before there is broad scientific consensus that it will be done safely and controllably and strong public buy-in.
Oh, yeah. Scientific consensus, so fix it.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. That's. I
think that Pandora's box is.
That's already open. Gallup's annual governance survey, which was conducted first part of September, finds 62% of U.S. adults saying the two major political parties are doing such a poor job that a third party is needed. So that's tied with the record high of 63% reading in 2023. And third party has generally been around 60%. Now, that all sounds good because, Americans currently take the opposing view that the two parties are doing an adequate job, and we need a third party. That's what we need. When asked how they would vote if a third party candidate they preferred was unlikely to win, more Americans say they would change their vote rather than stick with the candidate. So the likelihood of them voting third party candidates
remote,
very remote. So, yeah, we need it. Yeah. That needs to happen.
I'm not going to vote for it, but we need one.
Yeah, man, those Republicans and Democrats, I hate them. We need a third party. Those people told us tough back in 2025 with the shutdown, man. We need to get rid of them.
Not going to vote for any alternative.
Nope, not
but
doing
it'd be
that.
Nice to see that we have one. That would just be a comfort.
It would be. Really strange. Very strange. That's an ongoing battle that's been, happening for a long, long time for third parties.
It sure is. I mean, look at New York right now.
Yeah.
You got a communist running for Democrat because he knows that nobody's going to vote for the Communist Party, so he runs as a Democrat. Democrats stupidly vote for him. And now you've got the real Democrat running as an independent, and they're not going to vote for him. Jeez.
Well, what we need, Pat, is a third party.
And we need a third
party.
party.
That's what we need.
Yeah, we do.
We need a third party.
Or a fourth, or a 27th party. We've already got more than 3 parties. Or, you just talk about a major party. Well, it's the votes that make them major,
yes,
not the desire to have another one. It's insane. All right, more coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Many have come to protest, many to pray, but most have come to participate in what has become the best show in town.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And we've got some tweets here for you. Paco D tweets, just zoned out. Did you say Bigfoot robbed the Louvre? Yes. Yes, that's what we said. So you didn't miss it after all. Skippy tweets, maybe the Louvre should have local school children draw the thieves next time so the police have something to work with.
There you go.
Good idea. Kenneth Parker, don't worry. France will get Picasso to be the sketch artist. Yeah, except I believe he's dead. But
Pablo is dead.
That'd be hard to do.
Sure?
Yeah.
Fact check that.
Pretty sure. We'll look into that. Ask AI. I bet it knows. Bunter Hayden, pardon, crack connoisseur. How did they rob the Louvre? The team protecting the Louvre.
Oh, let's see a picture of them. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Up there on the
There they are.
Okay. From Butler to Paris.
Jeez.
We just had another story of a Secret Service officer who was guarding Kamala's kid at the same time that she was posing as a model as a plus size model?
I don't think I'm familiar with this at all.
Just say it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Is that a problem? Can you not double as a plus size model if you want?
Not to me.
What was the problem? She wasn't guarding Kamala while posing.
First of all,
was she?
There's not a problem. Okay.
Just her spare time or something?
Yeah.
Second job?
You know what? I cared enough to save the story and have
Here
it.
I go searching.
But, yeah. Yeah.
Click.
I did not care. I don't know if she made how much extra cash she was making. I don't know if she was actually
doing it on the job.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know how you do that.
I don't know if it's a similar thing to the breast milk deal. Did you leave early?
Yeah.
Did you? What is the thing here? I don't know. Yeah, I only cared enough to read the headlines.
There's a lot
I
of
didn't really
stories
dig into it.
There's only so much time I have.
Right.
Amen.
Right. And so much concern over Kamala's agents.
Right.
It
was their daughter, who I barely care about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do I want something bad to happen to her?
Of course not. Of course not. But
does she need Secret Service? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Former Barack Obama CIA chief John Brennan has been referred to the DOJ by the House GOP for allegedly lying to Congress about the Steele dossier.
Mm-hmm.
Brennan is not taking the news well, apparently.
Well, when these things happen, I certainly get mad. I get angry. I also get sad that this is the state of our country, the state of our politics these days. The fact that individuals like a Jim Jordan are going to go after somebody. I served nearly 3.5 decades in public service.
That's the problem.
A lot involved in counterterrorism in the aftermath of 9/11.
This guy.
They don't care.
Holy crap! This guy.
About doing things like this to destroy individuals.
Oh my
to go
gosh!
after me,
this
to
guy.
hurt me and my family and others. And so, I'm saddened by what has happened. Sometimes I'm
you listening to yourself?
disheartened. At the same time, I feel motivated to be able to stand up. And I'm glad that other people are standing up as well. And I see that more and more people are starting to realize what Donald Trump is all about. And so I'm hoping that the Republicans in Congress, I know it's a wish that I've had for quite a while, they're really going to draw the line. And when they look at what's happened against the White House, it's such a vivid depiction and symbolic of what's going on in this country. But the abuse of power, the desecration of the rule of law, the fact that Donald Trump continues to do these things, why they continue to allow it, I think it's going to hurt the Republicans over in the long term.
This is incredible.
And just doing this right now to be able to satisfy the whims of Donald Trump, I never thought we would face a situation like this.
Yeah.
Of course, my career.
We just faced it. What are you talking about?
This guy is
You just did it to the man you're talking about.
Yeah. And
wow.
This guy, Brennan, is such a garbage human being. John Kiriakou was the CIA whistleblower who Brennan makes Eric Holder seem reasonable because Eric Holder said there's no case against Kiriakou. What are you doing? And Brennan has, I don't know, nobody has figured out this personal vendetta that he had and put him away for 2.5 years for no good reason at all. Brennan, I hope you get the book thrown at you, bro.
Was it him with the dossier that said, well, it feels real?
Is that the line he had?
I think it was.
Seems like that was him.
I think that was him, right? It's none of it was real. It felt real. Oh, okay.
It was him or Comey, right? It was
one of them. Yes, it was.
Yeah. Just unbelievable. Really incredible. And that's how they justified it. Well, it feels like it could be true.
It feels like it was real.
Oh, all right. Well, that's enough. That's enough.
I don't know. That's
jeez.
That checks out, but I don't know. I mean, that sounds like it.
President Trump just upset cattle ranchers in this country after his proposal to import beef from Argentina. President Trump claimed that ranchers don't understand that the only reason they're doing so well for the first time in decades is because I put tariffs on cattle coming into the U.S. He highlighted the 50% tariff he imposed in early August on imports from Brazil, one of the top sellers of beef in the U.S., to the United States. If it weren't for me, he said, they'd be doing just as they've done the past 2 years. Actually, the past 20 years. Terrible. He further stated They also have to get their prices down because the consumer is a very big factor in my thinking also. So the National Cattlemen's Beef Association CEO Colin Woodall said that his organization cannot stand behind the president while he undercuts the future of family farmers and ranchers.
Yeah, they're wound up.
Yeah,
they are.
They're wound up. And one of the things that, doing so, they're doing terrible. Well, one of the reasons that those ranchers are doing terrible, and, I get the idea of helping Argentina out and getting some, bringing the beef in and trying to get our prices down. But one of the reasons that our prices are high is not because of the tariffs on the beef, but tariffs on all the other products that the farmers use to raise the cattle.
Yeah, right.
And so, I was listening to a farmer go off about that this morning, driving in, as a matter of fact.
And he was upset.
He was a little upset. He was a little upset about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also the processing that is required, and far away from where the cattle is raised, they have to drive to these specific places, and that increases the price associated with it. And now we see why Javier Milei has been hanging around with Trump so much lately. He's been popping up everywhere. And you're like, well, that's cool
and
to
Trump
see.
even said they're in trouble.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to help them.
Yeah. I mean, it boosted their stock market temporarily. Maybe it'll help with that because he's losing.
The guy that I was listening to this morning, it might have been your guy that you mentioned in the story. He was, they're concerned about the safety protocols on the beef since we have, a screwworm in Mexico. And there's other issues with cattle in other country that bringing into this country may be an issue.
Yeah, and so there's there's a push to label where this beef comes from. Let's put the country of origin for our food. Shocking, right? Yeah. And that would be useful if you say, "Oh, I don't want Argentinian beef."
And what they've been doing is getting around that by saying it's a product of the USA, which means it was packaged here.
Not even just packaged, right? Not even
just
processed.
packaged. Yeah, not necessarily even processed.
Yeah,
right. So
word games, man.
Yeah,
that's
don't play
for sure.
word games with us. Tell us whether it came from the U.S. or not. And they're not doing that right now. And the price of beef is a little bit high.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you've seen that, but it's costly. It's costly.
And he was also saying that it really it should be more if you work in all the costs of everything. Beef has not actually gone up at the same rate as everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
that doesn't feel true. Maybe it is.
I know.
It doesn't feel like it.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, okay, that sounds good from you.
When I'm shopping for steak and I look at the price, I think, holy, that's like a third more than it was just 2 years ago.
Any of it. And the entire beef department is holy cow.
Yep. Also on the international trade front, the U.S. continues to call out China. Here's U.S. Trade Rep Jamieson Greer on China and rare earth minerals.
This is technology with respect to the rare earth. It's technology that the U.S. invented and pioneered 60 years ago. And China was able to have some of that transfer of technology, which was a mistake, turns out. And so it's completely normal for us, obviously, in the face of Chinese export controls, to diversify and develop other sources. And so, we get these word salads coming out of Beijing of trying to justify what they've done. No one's fooled. Everybody knows. It's not just the U.S., it's the EU, it's Japan, it's Australia. Everyone is sick of it.
That's true.
Jamieson, that's the guy who's always hanging out with Scott Bessent whenever they're making trade deals. I like that guy.
They always hang out together, huh?
I thought the same thing. I let it go. I let it go, though.
That's good.
I let it go.
No, that's good. That's fine. Whatever. That's good.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
absolutely is.
He's a Mormon, as a matter of fact.
This guy?
Jamieson, yeah.
Is he? Did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
He's a good man. I said he was a good man. Don't look
me
at
too. Me too. Casting any aspersions.
I love it. That's why you tune in, y'all, for innuendo.
Is that why they're tuning in?
I don't know.
All right. Congressional candidate Yolanda Jones had a little violent rhetoric to share. Good gosh. I mean, it's amazing
It sure is.
what is going on from people who should be more responsible. But they don't care.
No, they don't.
Again, they don't care.
They don't care.
And I know it's a tired example, but it's so accurate. Whenever you see a clip like we're about to play, just imagine
Flip it
if
around.
it were a Republican doing this, saying this.
Yep. Yep.
And I think that's why Democrats are losing black people. That's why they're losing poor people, because poor people, all they want is for us to fight. So if you hit me in my face, I'm not going to punch you back in your face. I'm going to go across your neck, because we can go back and forth fighting each other's faces. You've got to hit hard enough where they won't come back.
Yeah, so she's going to slit your throat. I'm not going to hit you. I'm going to slit your throat.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
And so
you know what she means. Don't worry about it.
It's hyperbole. Let it
Right.
go.
I mean, they've been saying that same kind of thing for a long
while.
time.
So she's a state
For a
rep
long
running
time.
for
Even
Congress.
You just mentioned him, Eric Holder, saying the same crap.
Mm-hmm.
When they kick of low, we kick lower.
Yep.
I mean, that's just
Bringing a gun to a knife fight,
Yeah.
all of that kind of rhetoric
Yeah.
that they spew. And again, if it's the other side, it's the worst thing imaginable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all remember the Sarah Palin situation.
Right.
Targeting Arizona. Oh, my gosh. That
district.
That was responsible for a shooting. And shut up. So ridiculous. James Carville has a message for people.
Speaking of
and companies who support Donald Trump. James is always
what
fun.
we do with collaborators.
What do you do?
And my fantasy dream is that this nightmare ends in 2029. Yeah. And I think we ought to have radical thing. I think they all ought to have their head shaven. They should be put in orange pajamas. And they should be marched down Pennsylvania Avenue, and the public should be invited to spit on them.
Wow.
All of these collaborators should be shaved, pajamaed, and spit on. It's a moral judgment. If you bend the knee to a criminal,
that's his fantasy,
and that's what he is. Understand? He is a criminal. 34 convictions would have been a lot more. Okay, if they would have pursued it. He is a tyrant. He has no use for democracy. He has no use for the values of his country.
Neither did the founders.
And you are collaborating with this, and it will bring eternal shame to your company.
Okay.
Does his wife know he's using that room? Because he's usually in the kitchen or the bathroom.
No. Go back. I think he's in a hotel room.
Okay, because that's a
He's always
god-awful
got
chair. That's a
unique
god-awful
background.
chair. He does.
Go put that back up, please, because you can see the fire alarm thing back there behind his head, right above his hat.
Oh,
see
okay.
that? There's
In
the
the other
long,
room.
full-length mirror, and then there's the
that's
fire
a god-awful chair.
And it's a goofy chair.
Yeah, it's a god-awful
like
chair.
a hotel would use.
Yeah, it's not comfortable.
Right? Yeah,
They don't want you to sit in it to get
right,
comfortable.
because you can see the long curtain to the left there. So he's sitting next to the window.
Yeah.
He's always somewhere different every time, whether it's every room in his house or now on the road with James.
I think that's like a Motel 6.
Is it?
I think.
Yeah, maybe. All right.
That's too nice a chair for
He's
six.
insane. He is absolutely insane. And I think they need to have their head shaved and put in a orange pajamas and spit on. March down Pennsylvania and spit on. James, stop.
Hard to believe. It's fine. It's fine when the left does this. It is. But it would lead every newscast if that was a Republican saying it about Democrats. Jeez.
But though, if you think of the talking heads on the left, as crazy as James Carville is, and he is certifiable, he actually, and we've had clips of him before that made sense.
Yes,
made a good case for
which
the
kind of
left,
scares you because
which
it's
is
such a weird thing to happen.
Which shows you this Overton window of the
It
left.
does.
It creeps so far to the left that James Carville, on occasion, makes sense.
Yeah. All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. There's people who lead, and then there are those who follow. And when it's time for you to buy or sell a house, especially in this housing market, the type of person you need is the former, not the latter. You need a realtor from Real Estate Agents I Trust. Like 10, 12 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, I don't know what it was. Glenn got so fed up with the follower types, not to mention the leader types who didn't know what they were doing, that he decided to do something about it. That's why he started Real Estate Agents I Trust. because he didn't want you to go through all the same hassles he had to every time he moved, which was a lot. Real Estate Agents I Trust pairs you with the best real estate agents in your area. Somebody who knows the best practices, somebody who understands the crazy housing market, knows what people are looking for in a home, someone who's a team leader and a closer, somebody you can trust. So if you're thinking about buying or selling a home or both, please get in touch with them. It's a free service we provide to you. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray will return after this.
All right, got a tweet here from Dirty Mule. Something that you may have caught in the beef discussion with Jeffy. So Jeffy's replaced his scripture listening with promptings with scripture promptings with farm complaints and farm reports.
Yeah, farm report.
Yeah, he's doing the farm report now on the way in instead of the scriptures.
Look, I already told you.
Are you doing
both? Bible sales are up.
Okay. So you've done your job. That's over.
What more can I do?
That's good.
Oh, man. So CNN talking about Obama's renovations back in 2012 because everybody is really up in arms over what President Trump is doing right now.
Actually, more so than I anticipated, but I guess I should have
it
because
doesn't matter what it is.
It's something that he's doing, so we have to hate it.
So they were probably pissed at Obama, too, I bet.
Right? I bet you they were.
Sure.
Sounds like they're building another wing to the White House, but we appreciate you keeping your focus.
You can't even imagine, TJ. It's going to happen for the next 2 years. All of the banging, the jackhammering, the dust, the confusion, the noise of all places to do construction is happening right here, the front lawn of the White House.
We just love it.
It's a 4-year renovation project. Estimated cost, $376 million.
Not paid for by Barack Obama.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep. Paid for by you.
$376 million?
Wow.
And they're all pissed off that he spent $300 million now of his own money, by the way. Well, look at the mess he's made. And there's is that the 1950?
That's all through history.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All the different ones.
Harry Truman remodeled back in 1950, and it was completely gutted.
We all remember that footage of them of the backhoes and stuff.
That's a look at part of what Truman was doing. Do you have some of the? Yeah, look at this. Look at the renovation he
gutted
did.
He gutted it.
Gutted the White House
because they needed to build the underground.
In time for Kennedy.
Look at this. Look at this. You never hear about this. It's like this is the first time in 250 years this has ever happened.
You don't touch the White House.
Right. It's sacred. You can't remodel that. Yeah. It should still have the original plumbing.
Right. Nobody ever talks about how it's 230 years old.
Yeah, nobody ever.
Trump does because he goes around the world and comes back and flies in and goes, that is a dump. What am I doing?
I think he's literally embarrassed by it. And so he's doing something about it. He's giving us a good place to have state dinners and all of that because it was cramped and it wasn't convenient before. So he's going to fix it. I mean, it's the most powerful, best nation in the history of the planet, and we've got a dump to show to people when they come here.
Have them come down to Florida.
And
I'll meet them in Florida. I can't.
I have a timeline of the remodels over the years at the White House.
Okay.
So, we've done work at the White House.
Times.
Oh, yeah.
So, obviously they had to rebuild after the War of 1812 because the British burned it down.
Yeah, because of Canada. Careful. Remember, it was Canada who did that, not the British.
Right. Yeah. So then the South, the North, porticos were added. Tiffany window added to the entrance hall in 1881. The West Wing was added in 1902. And the Tiffany window they just put in was removed. Massive internal renovation from 48 to 52. This one's ending, by the way, after he leaves office. This won't be done till 2029.
Oh, they better hop on that.
2029.
Ballroom?
I thought it was going to be done.
No, it's supposed to be done. At least I read this morning. It was really
We've already got delays?
I don't know, but it's expected to be done in 29.
Currently, that's what is being demolished. that little pathway right there.
Okay.
So they're not getting rid of the White House.
Right.
It's just that little porch area.
Well, it sounds like they've taken out the entire East Wing. If you're listening to the report,
I think they are taking out more than what they had anticipated.
Okay. Right.
Once it got started, and I have not looked at the complete construction plans.
Yeah. You haven't?
I have not.
They haven't consulted you on
They have
this?
not.
That's weird.
A little disappointing.
That's weird.
But I think that's what I saw that they were saying. It had to expand the demolition to get what needed to be done. Okay.
And that happens all the time.
Yes, it does.
In renovation, it happens all the time. There's always things you weren't counting on.
Yes,
There's always overruns. There's always delays. And here was President Trump on the renovations yesterday.
I just want a quick follow-up on that question. Your response to people who say that you haven't been transparent enough about this.
I haven't been transparent?
That some of your critics feel it should have gone for a
I've shown this to everybody that would listen. Third-rate reporters didn't see it because they didn't look. You're a third-rate reporter, always have been. So third-rate reporters didn't look. But anybody that asked, these pictures have been in newspapers. They've been all over the place, and we're very proud of it. It's gotten great reviews. It's gotten really great reviews. So,
okay.
I think we've been more transparent than anybody's ever been.
You're a third-rate reporter.
You've always been a third-rate reporter. Everybody says you're a beautiful third-rate reporter. Everybody says it.
I can't confirm, but I believe one of the plans for the White House is going to be a Trump Tower attached to it. And these are the plans that were released.
You'd think that was the case with the way the Democrats are so wound up about it.
So I believe
would think
the West Wing, that's going to be Trump Tower.
Okay.
And then the East Wing is going to be the ballroom.
I see.
If it was in Texas, they'd have a football stadium.
Right
Darn
behind
right they would.
Yes,
right
Pat.
there.
Yes.
Instead, they have to put an octagon for the
for the UFC.
Yeah, don't forget about that.
That's amazing. Wow. So, I wonder how the third-rate reporter is feeling today.
That's awesome, man.
Are you more or less likely to ask him a stupid question after that response? What a great deterrent that is for others.
You are lying, man.
All right, more coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Well, it happened again. Drugged up truck driver and a dash cam video from Ontario, California, which shows you the results of this drugged up truck driver and what happened here.
We've
Is this the one where 3 were killed?
Correct.
Yes.
And we had the video where the guy's standing there with that weird look on his face, like he didn't care.
But that's in Florida. That's the one that happened in Florida.
Really? Okay. There's 2 separate ones then?
Yes.
Wow. Then I'm not familiar.
Wow.
That sucks.
Yes, this is a different
Here's the one in Ontario, California, though.
Okay. This is terrible. Full speed.
Oh, geez.
Just full speed.
Man. And then...
He had been released after being apprehended. The Biden administration released him back in March of 2022.
Of course.
Yeah.
Was not supposed to be in this nation.
Yeah, it was been just terrible. Now he's under DUI, and we're waiting for the blood test to come back to see that he was definitely under the influence of something. But the first one that you're talking about, where we got the shot of him looking,
so that was Florida.
That's in Florida.
California. This was
the U-turn truck. Yeah.
So this just happened.
Correct.
Oh my word! I thought they were finally releasing the. Yeah, I can tell that this is definitely not the Florida one. Okay. Wow, man, and that's just it. I mean, Pat, you always say we don't need people here doing stuff. It just because that could never happen.
Because they'll tell you
that's not going to happen if that person's not in this country illegally.
Exactly. But they will tell you, well, American citizens crash into people. All American citizens drive drunk. We don't need others doing the same thing.
Right. We don't want it to happen, period.
Yeah, right. It's just insane.
Terrible.
Just insane. How do you okay a driver? How do you give him a license?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not real sure how that process
How does that work?
works.
Well, in California especially. I don't know about this guy in particular, but we just know very lax.
And I don't know where his license was issued, right? Because you can get a license, a driver's license, and then you can get your CDL license from somewhere else. And I'm not sure that process is there. Duffy says they're working on mainlining and streamlining that process.
Yeah.
Okay, well, get to it.
Get to it fast because people are dying in the meantime. It's really tragic because, again, it doesn't have to happen. So let's put a stop to it. Could we do that?
That'd be nice.
The president's done a great job with immigration. We need to clean this part of it up, too. He secured the border. There's very little illegal immigration happening right now at the border. So there are just some other things we got to tweak along the way. Like stopping people who don't know English and don't know road signs from driving giant rigs like this through the nation.
Right.
The sad part is you many times don't hear about it until something tragic like that happens.
Exactly.
It's too late.
Yep. But there have been so many lately. It's hard to believe. Where would you put President Trump in the pantheon of U.S. presidents? We've had 47 of them. Where does he rank in your mind? Because he kind of ranked himself yesterday. And
let me guess.
Where do you think he'd be in? What, the middle of the pack? He probably said.
Look, I only know third-rate reporters.
Right.
I only know them. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna guess he thought he was probably at least fourth.
People brought up Washington and Lincoln, and what he said was, "Hey, they didn't put out 8 wars, 9 coming. We put out 8 wars, and the 9th is coming. Believe it or not." So I guess he's number one in that.
Okay,
number one.
That's a surprise.
Aim high, baby.
That really surprises me that he would say that he was number
It's a surprise. It's a surprise. He noted that in the, I guess they call it the Walk of Fame now, that he put near the Rose Garden. He said the line of presidents goes from George Washington to himself. But he did concede that even he would have to rank himself behind Washington.
Oh, wow. So 2.
But then he said, he recalled a person on television who said he was the 3rd best president behind Washington and Lincoln. And he says, I got extremely angry with this man. He put you 3rd behind.
That's awesome.
These are legends.
I've given that guy interviews before, no more.
I'm with Trump on this one. He's definitely above Lincoln.
In your Southern-based mind, yes. We all know that. But not in mine. It's unclear who the person on television Trump was referring to with this story. But in February, he said in an interview with Fox's Bret Baier that someone told him a Washington Lincoln ticket couldn't beat him in an election.
Did they? Someone told him?
Okay. Somebody told me.
What are we doing?
After bringing up this mysterious television personality, Trump tried to get Senator John Thune's attention in the crowd. And he said, it's going to be tough to beat. Mr. Senator, it's going to be tough to beat Washington and Lincoln, but we're going to give it a try. That's what he wound up saying on that. I don't know. To put yourself, awesome. I guess, behind only the founding father is it's pretty impressive.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll
see about that.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
I would certainly put him right now as the number 1 president probably in my lifetime. I would say even ahead of Reagan, based on what he's done so far. He's done a lot of great things. But you need some time to really figure out where he belongs in the history of presidents overall, don't you?
The man's given you 1 term and a few months. What more do you want?
Yeah. Well, I want to see the totality of it. I think I want to see how the ballroom turns out first, and then we can assess it. But man, when you put yourself above the founding father of the land and the man who ended slavery, freed the slaves, I don't know. That's a tough one. But that's where he ranks himself.
Of course he does.
He actually did put himself behind Washington. So he's still working on beating Washington, but apparently he hasn't quite
One
yet.
more war. When that Russia-Ukraine war is over, yeah, Washington.
Then he'll
have a seat,
be ahead of
George.
You need to step down to another podium over there.
Would you put him ahead of Reagan at this point?
I think you do, right?
I think you do.
think you kind of do.
Certainly ahead of George W. Bush.
Oh,
God.
Yes, and that's only that's the only other one in contention, maybe for my lifetime. I can't. You know, who else would it be? Certainly not Gerald Ford, not Nixon. Nope.
Kennedy, right?
Yeah, he's ahead of Kennedy for sure, in my mind. So I would say the best in my lifetime. I would say one of the best in history
for sure.
But yeah, there's a few people I might put in there ahead of him. Washington, Jefferson, perhaps a few others.
Calvin Coolidge.
But now he's pissed. Now he's pissed at me.
Right. I was just going to say, you're close to that third-rate reporter.
Don't you try to?
I know.
Don't you try to shoehorn Calvin Coolidge in there and knock Trump down to 4.
Yeah, Coolidge. Yeah, he definitely. Coolidge is a top 5 president, and he gets no respect from historians.
Oh, look at
all.
Look at this.
Oh,
huh?
look at that.
Look at that. American genius.
Look at that.
Calvin Coolidge. There he is.
There he is.
Would you like to say something? Oh, no, he's silent cow. See what I did?
See what you did?
There.
Yeah. All right.
You're welcome.
Okay. Let me tell you about Kexi cookies. These are the best cookies in my lifetime. That much I know. I would put these cookies, I would put them at number 1. Everybody says they're the best cookies they've ever had. They're beautiful cookies, and they really are. They're delicious. We've got this Mummy Nutella cookie right now that's only around for one more week. It officially is off the menu October 31st. So this is a rich chocolate cookie stuffed with Nutella, which I love, and packed with white chocolate chips, then wrapped in frosting bandages to give it that Halloween look. So it's really fun and delicious. So you're going to love this. Here's a review from Kelly. There truly is no equal to Kexi. That's what I was saying. The best cookies ever. When it comes to quality, variety, and taste, plus customer service, I've ordered most of the cookies on the menu, each spectacular in their own way. If you love fresh, homemade style cookies, Kexi is your company. And you can get them by going to Kexi.com. That's Kexi, Kexi.com. That's Kexi.com. That is. You're wondering where you can get it.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
And I will say this, in the reviewer, Kelly, you said her name was? Mm-hmm. She said that she's ordered most of them. We need to up your game a little bit and get to all of them.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
I mean,
exactly
thanks
right.
for what you've already done.
Thanks for doing your job, as Jeffy is wont to say. So the U.S. has told airlines to disregard X sex markers on passports and input either male or female. So you're excluding how many genders here? 95? Because aren't there 97, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And if you only include male and female, wow.
Well, they put out in the application process, right? They made it so that you can put different genders.
Yeah,
right?
they did before Trump got into office. And now they're saying disregard those and just use one or the other, male or female.
How dare you?
You know why? Because there's 2 genders. That's why. There's no such thing as non-binary.
Such a revolutionary stand this administration is taking.
Yeah, it really is.
You get 2 choices, male or female.
Pick one. Again, in the doctor's office last week before an MRI on my back again. But what they want to know is your gender. And so you tell them your gender. And then what do you identify as? And then you've got this list of like 9 or 10 different options. And I'm like, okay, this is a place of medicine. Mm-hmm. You are supposed to be going by science here.
But they are. They just
are they?
Yeah. They asked you male or female, right? They just want to know what you identify as so they can properly talk to you.
I can't take it.
That's nice of the doctor's office.
No, it's a bad sign, Pat.
I've
had the same experience.
Yeah,
it's a bad sign.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Then you have a pause and you think, how serious is this medical condition that I'm here for?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And do I trust these people to treat it when they don't even know there's two genders?
Exactly.
But they do. They just want to know how to address you.
You are so aggravating sometimes. I don't even want to look at you right now.
Well, you wanted him full time.
Do I know? But I can't even look at him. Can't even look at him right now. I'm going to put this paper in the way.
That's what you wanted.
So, U.S. Customs and Border Protection implemented a rule last week that will require airlines to disregard X sex markers on passports and put an M or an F marker instead, sending those people with an X into a panic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Mm-hmm. X markers became available to U.S. passport holders in 2022.
Huh.
So what did people do for...
I know, right?
The other 240 years.
Just ran around confused, not knowing how dare the rest of the world doesn't play along with me. Of course, I've only been playing along for the last, what? I mean, it's not like they've been doing this forever.
No.
It's just a new trend.
Mm-hmm. But how dare you?
Yeah, how dare me? Yeah, I should have known.
In an effort to allow people with gender identities other than male and female to obtain more accurate travel documents. So the new CBF rule, though, has many people on social media and beyond.
Oh, no.
Worried that they will no longer be allowed to fly internationally. Okay. I doubt that. If you have an X instead of an M or F,
no.
Are they going to say you can't get on the plane?
No, this is...
No.
I think they're... These documents, I think, are grandfathered in instead of, making them change it now.
Of course. While the courts have continued to prevent the Trump administration from outright banning third gender markers, this week's rule can still serve to make the lives of trans and non-binary people more difficult.
Okay, whatever, man.
I'm going to see who this is from.
Then pick a male or a female, and then it won't be more difficult for you.
What agency put out this slop? I mean, it's so just... Is this...
What, website?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Might be AP. I don't know. It doesn't really say there in the heading.
One of them British things.
Oh, okay. A CBP spokesperson said foreign travelers with authorized and valid U.S. travel documents are being processed as they were previously. Again, see, they're letting you through anyway.
This is the Guardian.
New or renewing Trusted Traveler Program applicants are now required to choose one of the two approved designations, male or female, to complete the application. An applicant's choice of sex is not criteria for an applicant's admission into the U.S., though. Yep. Okay? They're just trying to restore some sanity to the process.
Yep.
And, now they're going to be accused of being bigots because of it.
Yeah, they already are.
Whatever.
They already are.
Already are.
What is the Dallas Gayborhood video?
Okay, so Governor.
Speaking of male, female, and non-binary and binary and the whole LGBTQIA2+.
This is just a stupid local news report because Governor Abbott said, you can't be painting the public roads like rainbows.
Oh, right.
So this church down in Dallas decided to take a stand.
Oh, good.
And look what they did.
Okay.
Is Ryan coming out here? Looks good.
A colorful statement painted on steps of Oak Lawn United Methodist Church Tuesday afternoon.
Well, we are right here at the crossroads of Cedar Springs and Oak Lawn, and in Dallas, that's the Gayborhood. That's what we call it here.
Reverend Rachel Griffin Allison says the paint job
feels like a slur,
direct
but they can say it,
response
right?
to what is soon expected to be removed from intersections in the neighborhood and throughout Texas.
Yeah, we see this as a bold statement.
On October 8th, Governor Greg Abbott directed TxDOT to remove any and all political ideologies from streets, saying Texans expect their taxpayer dollars to be used wisely, not advance political agendas. The governor went on to say any city that refuses to comply with the federal road standards will face consequences, including the withholding or denial of state and federal road funding. Our Fox station in Houston reported from where Pride crosswalks were removed Monday morning, despite despite protesters gathering.
We even saw some of them getting arrested.
City of Dallas, however, has not said what it'll do or when. It tells Fox 4, we have received the letter from the Texas Department of Transportation. We will review and evaluate it and provide an update to the City Council on any necessary next steps.
This is a community of welcome and inclusivity. And so to paint these stairs carries that message in a bold way.
The church could do what it wants to do.
Exactly.
That's
right. Absolutely can. And no one's telling them not to.
Right.
You just need to point out how some of these churches are
welcoming to the community.
Welcoming
that they're
to the Gayborhood. Say Gayborhood.
Yeah, the Gayborhood.
Thank you for that perspective,
I've said that
Jeffy.
already.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've called it that already. That's where I first heard the term, because those particular crosswalks in Dallas were not paid for with tax dollars. And that's what one of the things that they were upset about.
But the roads that they're painting
correct, and that's the fight. And the city of Dallas, while that report, I'm not sure how long ago that report was, but the city of Dallas is like, we're not losing this money that the state has given us.
Yeah.
So you can say goodbye to those crosswalks.
Yeah, the crosswalks.
Yeah.
Not your stairs. Paint them whatever color you want. Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Right.
That's great that you're so
And if you moved into
inclusive.
If you moved into the neighborhood, you would realize that church is welcoming and it will open their doors to you.
Yes.
Again, it's like that word Gayborhood. If someone on the right had coined that, it would have been a slur.
Right.
I'm just curious, though.
Well, the word queer used to be.
Yeah, right.
Used to be a problem, and now it's totally accepted.
Right. So you listen to your scriptures coming in, right?
Well, no, I was listening to the beat.
We got the farm report today.
I just wondered if you would ever go down to that church right there in particular and enjoy their service.
If I moved into the neighborhood, the Gayborhood, I would.
Get it right.
I would, yeah. Why?
It's just a little bit of a drive right now.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It is. But if I lived there, I would know they want me to come in.
Sure.
You would know that, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Okay, but here's the
they have
follow-up.
rainbow steps. They must include
some stuffy old church that doesn't want me there.
Can you climb those steps? That's the next question.
Well, they have to follow state regulations with handicap access.
Oh, okay.
All right. So there's a way to get into the building without the stairs?
There has to be.
Better be.
I sure hope so.
It's not as welcoming as Jeffy says they are.
Yeah.
Have they painted the ramp?
I
need to look into that.
I hope so.
I do too.
That would be awesome. I want that to be true.
Well, she was wonderful. That's great. I'm glad they're welcoming and inclusive. Yeah. That's terrific. All right. Robby Starbuck.
Yeah,
and
this
Google
is a long video.
AI.
If you want to play it, we've got to play it now. Yesterday on Overtime, we talked about all the ways AI is creeping into our lives. And oh my goodness, Robby Starbuck had a situation with Google AI.
Wow.
Here are some examples of what users would have seen and how convincing these lies are. The responses I'm about to show you come from Google's Gemma AI, which the company describes as a, quote, collection of lightweight, state-of-the-art open models built from the same technology that powers our Gemini models. Google advertises Gemma as a top-of-the-line open model intended to use in a variety of critical industries, including healthcare and robotics. They call it the most capable AI model that you can run on a single GPU. It's not a stretch to say that Google's AI products, including Gemma, will be making life or death decisions very soon. Imagine that as I share these Google responses with you. According to Google, shortly after a young man named Michael Pimentel was murdered in Nashville back in 1991, I was declared a person of interest in the case. Quote,
initial investigation. Starbuck was initially a person of interest in the case. He and Pimentel knew each other, and there were reports of a dispute between them. He was interviewed by police. Years later, in 2012, a former friend of Starbuck's, Eric Smallwood, came forward with allegations that Starbuck had confessed to him about his involvement in Pimentel's murder. Smallwood claimed Starbuck said he and another individual were involved.
Now, obviously, this is an elaborate story. Someone who finds these allegations would probably wonder, what's the source for all this information? Who's making these claims?
True.
And Google's AI has an answer ready to that question. Google's state-of-the-art DeepMind Gemma AI explains that when I ran for Congress, my political opponents actively highlighted the 1991 case. The story of how I allegedly murdered a young man Google informs its audience, was mentioned in numerous attack ads and media appearances. In other words, it's not just one random person who's making these allegations. According to Google, it's apparently credible enough that many people would repeat it. And as you can see here, additional sources include the Tennessean and Fox 17 Nashville. For each source, Google's AI provides a URL, giving the impression that these are real news articles with headlines like Robby Starbuck responds to murder accusations ahead of congressional primary and Robby Starbuck / Michael Pimentel murder case explained.
This is a real link.
The only way to discover that these URLs are fake is to click on them. But give Gemma another few months and maybe it'll be able to fake the articles too.
Right.
The upshot of all these claims, Google suggests, is that I'm currently under investigation and have not been cleared of wrongdoing. Quote,
due to Smallwood's allegations, the Nashville Police Department reopened the investigation in 2012. The case remains unsolved.
If you follow me on social media or you know me personally, then of course you know that none of these articles or claims are true. I was never accused of killing anyone, and I certainly wasn't accused of murder in 1991 when I was 2 years old. Eric Smallwood and Michael Pimentel don't exist. The Nashville Police Department has never investigated me. And I certainly haven't confessed to any homicides, nor has Rolling Stone or any Fox affiliate reported otherwise. But if you aren't familiar with my full biography or my age, then you'd have no reason to doubt anything Google's AI was saying. So what's happening here is that Google went out of its way to fabricate an entire story to damage my reputation and then fraudulently invented fake mainstream news stories as validation for Google's lies.
So is he saying he did not commit murder when he was 2 years old? Is he denying that?
That's his story.
Outright?
That's his story. And he would be a target by someone on the left, like a Google, because he is run for Congress as a conservative. He targets these companies with boycotts that are very successful.
If Robby calls, everything gets shut down.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And
chilling.
It sure is, man.
Horrifying.
That's got to be worth, what, 20 million? 25
million? Oh, more than that. More
they got
than
deep
that.
pockets over there in Google.
Yeah. Wow.
Go get him, Robby.
Get him.
Have a good track record at going after companies.
He should own Google by the end of the week.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.